I remember being on the Hill during the last free trade agreement with Korea, and then Obama, of course, tried to pass TPP. And I remember my boss at the time, a guy from California, Jeff Denham. We actually had Democrats on our whip card because they were all voting no. They wouldn't support it, and times have changed incredibly since then. But I think Trump really, a lot of people get freaked out about a lot of things he says, but he really put, I think, forced Americans, or a lot of Americans, to grapple with the idea that if you turn your country into a service-based economy, which is what has primarily happened in the United States for the last 50 years, where we've outsourced manufacturing. If you turn it into a service-based economy, you really put yourself at risk if the supply chain becomes either convoluted to the point where you can't afford it, or controlled by someone who may have different geopolitical goals than you do. And as energy has become more important, that's become more of a concern. I said this to a reporter. Would you outsource our food production to a foreign country? And of course, the answer would be no. But energy, you can't do anything without energy. So I kind of put energy in that same bucket as food, national defense, those types of things. And so I think making sure that America has America's interest at heart when it comes to these topics is the most important thing.